Okay, everybody, I know that you've been dying to know the top 7 most frequently asked questions about Portland that we get on a regular basis.
Yep. So we're going to go over these 7 questions. Comment below if you have other questions that you want answered. We have a lot of experience and time here in Portland, so we'd love to help you out.
I'm almost at 43 years in just a couple weeks.
We're not supposed to say our age, I don't think. So.
Hey, I look great for 43, so I'm happy to say it.
Stick around, you guys, and we'll get to those 7 top asked questions, most frequently asked questions. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. All right. The 7 most frequently asked questions from 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And number 7 is, I can count backwards even.
What's number 7?
What is number 7? You tell me, Tara.
Okay. This actually is something that I always wanted to know. So have you seen those like Keep Portland Weird, all of this whole thing? So the question is, why is Portland called weird?
I can answer that question being a lifelong Portland dandian.
Like a sticky, like a
unicorn.
Gold star.
Unicorn. Okay. Yes, I've lived here pretty much my whole life. I've exited a couple times, but not for very short durations of time, and I've always come back. So the Wikipedia thing is that we stole it from Austin.
Yeah, keep Austin weird.
Whatever, doesn't matter.
No, if it's on Wikipedia, it's
true.
It's true.
Sure.
It's
sure.
That's
You believe everything that you read online, and you'll live a wonderful life. In my opinion, having lived here for as long as I have, I think of us as being weird in that something that a lot of people don't consider is that Portland is a really huge college town. We have colleges all over the place. I myself went to PSU, graduated from there. But anyway, so when you have an array of people who are 18 to 90 something going to school and going to college, we are taught to be critical thinkers. So we buck the system, we don't go with the flow, we like to be different. I mean, I don't know if you've seen me in other videos or see me on the street, you can generally tell by looking at me that I'm from Portland.
Usually because of the our earring choices will like scream at you.
And I am a lot of patterns. But so in my opinion, the Keeping Portland Weird is all about being an individual.
Yep.
And not just, I don't want to be an LA girl. I don't want to be from New York. You know, I'm Pacific Northwest. I am Portland. Like, you see me on the street, and I'm going to tell you, I'm Portland, and I love being from here. I love my town.
Yeah. Other things about Portland that are weird, but I really love is like there's the naked bike ride. There's like, I had never heard of that.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're both cyclists. We love to do all of that.
I haven't done it yet. Maybe we should do it.
No, I mean, I think I would just do maybe like topless or something like that. But when I heard about the naked bike ride, I'm like, this town is for me. This is so amazing. Yeah. There's like DJs and, you know, all of the people out cheering when you go around. And it's just a really, really fun event. It's free. Brings all the communities together. Like, who's doing that in other places?
Like the thing that we were talking about in one of our other videos is the Flugtag. She was what's the Flugtag? There's also...
It's not German, I don't think, but...
what the zoo bombing. Have you heard of zoo bombing?
No.
Again, with the cycling. So you might take your kid's tricycle, like the full-on Hot Wheels thing, and go zoo bombing down the hill. So annually there's the zoo bomb.
I love it.
Which is super rad. And yeah, there's just tons of stuff. There's the night market, Saturday market, which is like the longest running Saturday market, open air market ever in the nation, I want to say. So lots of things that make us different.
Yeah.
So I think that's where it comes
out from the crowd. So that was number 7. Moving on to number 6, and it's why is Portland called Rip City? So we're both basketball fans. We're both sports fans.
Go Blazers!
Yeah, I grew up in Seattle. I have my Supersonics.
Not anymore.
Okay, yeah. Anyways, so back in the 70s, in the early 70s, there was this amazing announcer. It was like a playoffs game.
Sean.
Yeah, something
like that. It was
like
like Lakers game, actually.
Yeah, Bill Schonley. So we were down to the last couple of minutes, and this guy, we had to look it up, Jimmy Bartnett, he made the game-winning throw into
the game-winning basket.
Yeah, however that works, you know, basketball.
Last few seconds.
And the announcer, Bill, says this is Rip City.
He just says Rip City, and everybody, it just stuck. Like he still says he doesn't know where it came from, what it means, but everybody was just like,
I think it's like ripping it, like rip, you know.
Oh, we talk about that a little later, so stick around for that anyway.
So yeah, Rip City. It's also called City of Bridges, Rose City, City of Roses. Yeah. There's a lot of you know,
a lot of
nicknames and things like that. But
for our town.
That was number 6.
Number 5. Why is it called PDX?
I love this one. Yeah, so
she loves it because her partner is a pilot.
So when you travel a lot, you get to know every airport has a 3-digit like code specifically for it. So PD is for Portland, and the X was due to the airport. So, you know, there's Portland, Maine, there's other Portlands and other cities and things like that. So it's actually the airport code for Portland, Oregon. And I think that's just like...
And that stuck too, to differentiate us. Again, individualize us, keep Portland weird, and separate us from all the other Portlands in the world.
Yeah. And if you know, you know. When you go to the Portland airport, we have that green, amazing carpet. There's so many hashtags and things on Instagram. People
bought it because they recarpeted the area.
Yeah.
And they bought like swatches of it and have it framed in
it's really, really cute. So you know, when you're coming or going somewhere in the Portland airport, it's a big thing. You take a picture with the carpet. But
and if you haven't gone through PDX, you should. Even if whether you're coming, if you're gonna come here, you should go through the PDX airport because it's pretty amazing. We've been through a lot of airports in our lives, and it's one of the best.
We really.
It's just getting better every year.
Yep.
Okay. I think
what's next? Number
4.
Okay. Number 4 most asked questions that we're getting is about the rain. Why the heck does it rain so much here in Portland?
So let's just FYI, we live in a rainforest.
Yep. We didn't know that, but that's...
Oh no, I knew that.
Well, I didn't know that. I grew up in Seattle, and I thought, you know, oh my gosh, it's just raining all the time. Portland, it's not quite as much, but it's true. We are in a rainforest here, so... Yeah. That's basically the reason. There's also, you know, we have the Cascade Mountains. There's the low pressure that happens. We've got our whole weather thing going on. I need the green screen for this, sure. I think. But yeah, so it does rain here. If you don't like the rain, don't move to Portland. Don't move to the Pacific Northwest. But on the flip side of that, all of the rain means it's green. Most of the time. So beautiful. We know our neighbors to the south in California, they wish for rain. The forest fires and things like that. So I feel like it's a blessing. I really actually quite
enjoy. It makes it so lush and beautiful and delicious here. And a quick tip from a Portlander.
I already know what you're going to say.
Yes. We can tell if you're a tourist because if it's raining and you have an umbrella, it's a telltale sign. Get yourself a raincoat with a hood.
Like a cute one. Actually, so last year
I have a ridiculously
We should
cute
do a raincoat like thing. But I went to Madewell last year. That's in downtown Portland, and they got like this super cute little jacket, the rain jacket.
I got a cute one from the coast.
I like it.
It's really flowery.
I like that, like the Paddington Bear. All right.
So don't use an umbrella, or we're all gonna know.
Or unless you're in the Kingsman and it's for fighting crime.
Yeah. You're gonna protect us from the rain or whatever.
Yeah.
It's your shield. Okay. Number 3.
Oh man.
Oh, this is the great one. Because I'm like, why is this even a question? Because it's literally the greatest thing on earth.
The best.
Why don't you pump your own gas in Oregon?
Yeah.
Who cares?
So no.
You don't have to pump your own gas in Oregon.
So, okay, we actually looked it up. And what it says on Google is due to the inclement weather.
The law states.
The law states there's a liability because
service stations.
It rains so much and it's like slippery when it's wet outside. So
it's low visibility. So they want to make sure that
it's a liability.
But I'm like, honey, these fingernails are not they're not gonna help me pump my own gas. And I'm gonna tell you a quick story about when I moved to Wyoming for a split second for 6 months. On my way there, I stopped at a gas station, obviously, because I don't think you can drive that far without having to get gas.
Well, maybe a Tesla.
And I'm like, why is nobody coming to put my own gas? And I was like, oh yeah, because I'm not in Oregon.
Yeah.
So I get out and I do the thing and I pump my own gas. And I'm like, oh, it's really smelly out here. This is terrible. And I get back in my car and I drive away. And I don't know how many miles later, but my check engine light came on and I was like, oh no, I got to get a new car. Because if you know anything about me, if I need
one thing goes
windshield
wrong,
wipers, I need a new car.
Oil change, new car.
I need a new car.
It's not actually real, but
so I took it to one of those like auto zones or whatever, and they plug it in and they can tell you what the error code is, and it's like, oh, you don't have a gas cap.
Here's your $5 part, lady.
Oh yeah, because I have never had to put my own gas in my entire life, and then the first time I do it, I forget to put the gas cap back on. And I almost had to trade in my car because...
That's good. Rumor has it, though, that's not going to be a thing later on. Apparently, there was just a vote, and it sounds like it's going to be an option.
You're going to have an option.
Yeah.
So for those of you who really want to smell like gas the rest of the day, go ahead and pump your own gas. See if I care.
Yeah. All right.
That's my favorite thing.
So moving
my
on
least favorite thing.
to number 2. Is everyone in Portland a pothead? So I could understand why somebody would ask that question or why people ask that question.
Sure, we were one of the, I think Washington actually was one of the,
first.
It was before us, but yeah, it's legal here. I guess it's just so normal that it's legal here.
Yeah, and it's everywhere.
I think that isn't it legal everywhere now?
No.
I mean, I'm not a pothead.
Yeah.
Are you a pothead?
I'm not a pothead, but I think,
there are pot shops, weed stores, whatever you want to call them, all over the place, but...
Yeah. A lot of people are using it, as we all know, it was mostly used like...
medicinally,
medicinally to get it a lot easier, but it's kind of nice. It's affordable. It's, a lot of people use it for a lot of different reasons. We've seen it at parties and different things like that, but actually, I feel like it's like going to get a beer. You have the proper ID and things like that, and you can go and get it.
21 and over.
But not everybody's a pothead by far. No. I would say it's just
you see it, but I think because it's legal, like nobody really cares.
Yeah.
I don't feel like traffic accidents have increased or anything like that because it's legal.
They actually have decreased, I think.
I wonder if that's due to COVID because a lot of people were driving for a couple of years, but...
anyways.
But it's made very, I guess that the ultimate, silver lining in this is that it's made very little impact, I think, to the people who it doesn't bother, that aren't really, like, big potheads. So.
A positive, though, about the pot shops is they are now charged taxes for Portland. And there is a segment of those funds that actually go towards the schools, which is really, really nice. So it helps with the budget. It helps with, the potholes in the road and different things like that. So bringing that into Portland and into the Oregon area has been, somewhat of a benefit on that side of things.
So not for as little impact as it's having on day-to-day lives.
Yep.
Like regular stuff, like thinking about it and normalizing it and things like that, it is a huge plus to see those tax dollars being implemented in a way that is beneficial to the rest of us who don't pay for pot.
All right.
Number
1, you guys. So this is the thing. It's in the news. It's all over. It's
being pumped up everywhere and exacerbated and blown out of proportion.
Yeah.
It is, dun dun dun, why? Say it with me.
Why are there so many homeless
people in Portland?
Yeah, why are there? So it really actually, there's a little bit of history that goes along with it.
Because we did research again.
You guys, we went to Google. So
yeah.
Back in the 70s, there was a very large budget cut that happened.
And it's been trending ever since.
Yeah, $50 billion. So a lot of the resources went away for mental health, affordable housing, and things like that. So that was sort of the beginning of all of these things. And it's once you kind of get started down that path, it's a little bit hard to
go backwards.
Yeah, and we've I've been here for 6 years. She's been here for most of her life.
I've seen,
a huge
uptick. I remember back when, like, the only place, I lived in Oregon City. I grew up in Oregon City. So in high school, we had one that I knew of that was really prevalent, was one homeless lady and she had her shopping cart, and I don't know if you know Oregon City, there's not very many like major streets, and so 5th Avenue, or is it 7th Avenue turns into Malala Avenue, and it's up, like it's up steep, and she had on all of these coats, and she had a grocery cart that had all of her belongings, and she just basically walked up and down, and everybody knew her. I worked at Mike's Drive-In in Oregon City. Shout out to Mike's, love that place. And we used to give her free food. Like, she would be able to come in, I don't remember if it was once a day or once a week, and we had a tally system so that, you know, she could come in and we'd give her hot food, whatever it was that she wanted every day. And that was like that was it in Oregon City. And then I did a lot of dancing back in the day in the underage dance clubs downtown. And so that was the only other place where we saw it, was in actual downtown. Yeah. Which is underneath the Burnside Bridge, was huge. Which is strange because now that's where the Saturday market is. It moved. But that was it. It was really just concentrated to those particular areas. I'm sure there was probably, you know, 1 or 2 here or there in the suburbs and things like that. But now, like, you drive up I-5 or 205 and you see them in the more densely populated 84. Areas. You see them on the side of the highway a lot of times. Yeah. And for a while there was some, the city ordinances were allowing them to sleep overnight in the parks. But now COVID is over and the infrastructure is coming back together, and they're trying to do more things to kind of help those people get themselves into better situations so that they can get themselves off of the streets. Yeah. So it's a thing. It's here. Like we said, it's in pretty much any major city that you're going to go to. I was just in Eugene last weekend, and it seemed like ratio-wise just as many homeless people in Eugene as here in Portland. Yeah. And I've been to LA where it's worse. So, you know, everything's relative, really. Yeah. So those are the top 7 most frequent questions that we get asked. Please comment down below. Especially from those of you who are thinking about moving to this area, which we would love to help you. Yeah. If you have other questions, let us know. We would love to get those answered for you. Comment on the questions that we addressed here. Yeah, exactly. Subscribe to the channel if you want. Let us know all of your thoughts. Go ahead and reach out to us. Our number is down below. You can text, email, call, whatever you want. We're here for you. We got your back. Night and day if you're thinking about moving to the Portland metro area. We've helped a lot of folks do it, so you're in good hands. We hope to see you on our next video. See you later. Good to see you.